Mr. Morris, you're here because you say certain facts have come to light that make you believe that you fathered one of Miss Thorpe's twins and not the other. You claim a botched home DNA test separated you from your daughter, London, and you intend to rectify that issue today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Thorpe, you say Mr. Morris's claim is ridiculous and that he very clearly fathered both of your twins, Paris and London. And you say Mr. Morris's efforts to go behind your back blew up in his face, and you intend to clean up his mess today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Morris, what do you mean you're the father of one twin and not the other? Explain.
Exactly how it sounds. Originally, I was believed that both of them was mine. Over time, certain circumstances made me feel like neither were mine. And then after that, different things happened that made me believe just London was.
We've examined this issue completely in this courtroom, and we do know it's possible for a man to be the father of one of two fraternal twins. So we do understand that. And that's basically what you're claiming today.
Yes, ma'am.
Twins with two different fathers. Now that would be shocking. Please take me back now to your relationship, Miss Thorpe. You're saying that you know he is the father?
Yes, Your Honor.
Of both twins?
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
I was seeing another guy at the time that me and Antoine was talking, but the time matched up to Antoine being the father of both of my kids. Before anything, we were friends, so I don't even understand why he's even putting me through this. I told Antoine that I wanted to be in a relationship with him, and he turned me down because he was still in love with the mother of his other child. So, so when that time happened, I got upset and I started messing with another guy.
Okay, and this was after you were already intimate with Mr. Morris?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you went into the tit for tat. If he don't want me, I'll go be with somebody else. He's with somebody else. I'll go get somebody else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you keep having sex with Mr. Morris?
I did. Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Thorpe, at some point you find out you're pregnant. Take me to that day.
I went to the doctor for like just a regular checkup. She came in and she told me that I was pregnant. He was very happy. He seemed like he was very happy about the situation.
I was ecstatic. I was very, very happy. Like I went all out. I bought two of everything. It cost a lot. It was bassinets here, strollers there, car seats. Moved her into a family member house during her pregnancy. Try to make her as comfortable as possible. She hungry every day. I gotta feed her.
That's the least you could do.
But I was there. I was picking out baby names, you know, just ready for the whole ordeal.
You were there?
Yes.
Were you there for the birth?
Yes, ma'am. I was the first one to get to see him and hold him. She was in a lot of pain, and they was in an NICU unit. It was only 3 pounds. But it was amazing, though. It was, spent the next couple months inside the hospital. I was there every moment, every day. Outside of work, I was there. Nursing them back to health.
So you were committed?
Of course.
So, Mr. Morris, when do you get doubtful?
Honestly, just one day I was in a local drugstore, and out of the blue, I know it sounds crazy, but this DNA test was just sticking out. And like everything else was just like black. I'm like, a test? So I bought it, just like that. I didn't doubt him, not one bit, but I went back to the house without Imani's knowledge, and inside the test, it was a thing where you get 3 samples, one for the father, one for the child, and one for the child's mother. But of course, she didn't know, so I swabbed myself, Paris, and then I used the one for the mother on the other child.
Your Honor, he told me he don't even know which child he swabbed.
No, I don't know which child ended up being tested, because they only tested one. I called the DNA place after, and I kind of explained the situation. And she said if I got a results back at all, then they collected 2 separate DNAs from what I sent in. She said if it was completed wrong or didn't have enough or whatever, then it would have came back NA.
Okay, inconclusive.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, just
All right, so you send the results in, and of course, how do they come back?
0% probability.
But you do understand that you didn't even use the swabs right.
I would just hope, I don't know. Like I said, so.
No, you don't.
I didn't.
No, I mean, the truth is you don't. You was making something up.
But everything was just confusing. So.
It was.
And I was lost. That's why we're here today.
And it is. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Miss Thorpe, so what happens after he gets these results back? He comes to you and tells you he did it?
No, Your Honor, I was at work at the time. He actually texted me and told me that the DNA test came back and that the twins were not his. At the time, I didn't respond automatically because, like I said, I was at work. So he ended up getting very upset and ended up posting it all over social media and telling everybody. He posted all over social media and told everybody that the DNA test came back and that the kids were not his.
Did you also post, Mr. Morris, that you didn't do the test properly?
No.
I know you didn't. All right, so now you got it all over social media that these aren't my babies. I've done a DNA test and these aren't my babies, and you lying. That's basically what he's saying.
Yes, Your Honor.
When I called and said the results, I got a response that was like she knew. She had just said, when I said, I got a test done on the twins, they are not mine. And her response was, oh.
Oh!
Your Honor, on my defense, I was at work at the time. I wasn't able to respond the way that I wanted to respond.
When I got the O, you knew.
Right.
But
Yeah,
that's no reason to put it on Facebook, though, Your Honor.
No, that is no reason to put it.
At the time, I was more so hurt than.
You were being a drama king.
Yeah.
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 Because that's dramatic. Because the truth is, that's not just about you or her, that's about the babies. So this whole thing blows up, you leave and don't come back for almost 18 months.
Yes, ma'am.
What makes you get back in touch with Miss Thorpe?
I honestly was asking around about how they was doing or what they was looking like. Family members and friends started to say, "You sure they're not yours?" And I got sent a picture of my youngest daughter now, and it was side by side with London. I feel like they look just alike. They the same age.
Oh, you had 2 women pregnant at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you on team too much all the way around. All the way around.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had another baby by another woman at the same time.
The same reason when I was telling Imani why I couldn't be in a relationship with her, because I was in a long-time relationship with someone else. We was on a break then. But not too much of a break, because you obviously had sex with her. Yes, Your Honor.
Is that baby yours?
Yes.
And then you also had twins with Miss Thorpe, same time, maybe, you think.
That's the twins, and that's my youngest.
So when you see the babies, you feel like you see a resemblance between London and your youngest.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you don't believe you see a resemblance between Paris and your youngest.
Not as much, but the reason I'm saying Paris, on that test, the test still came back of results. If I'm believing one might be, then one still can't be.
Because you're going back to your call to the lab and them saying that if your test is inconclusive, the results come back inconclusive.
Yes.
Or N/A.
Yes, yes.
Which in your mind means, at least for one of them, you're not the biological father.
That's the only explanation.
All right. So you get back in touch and you then let Ms. Thorpe know, okay, I believe I'm the father of one twin because everybody's telling me that this is my child.
I didn't tell her that exactly. I was just trying to check up on the girls, and she said, I could see him, and that's why I've been around for the last 2 years.
What kind of relationship do you have with the twins now?
Great?
They call you daddy?
No.
They're 4.
They call me Uncle Twan.
Uncle Twan.
Yes.
Boy, you about crazy. You just got too much going on. You done gone through all this only for the children and now call you Uncle Twan?
I didn't tell them to.
Oh, you told him to, Miss Thorpe?
No, Your Honor. They just developed that because he's been around since day one. So with him being around so much, they asked was Twan their dad, but I told them no.
This is a mess. This is a mess. You know what? It started off messy. The middle was messy. The end is messy. You all should be ashamed. These babies 4 years old sitting up. Really? To be 4 years old and have to sit up and ask 2 grown adults, is somebody my daddy? Babies got more sense than the mama and the daddy. Why, Miss Thorpe, would you look at these 2 girls and you say you know for certain Mr. Morris is their biological father? Why would you tell them no?
Because we wasn't for sure at the time. I didn't want
So
to
you
tell
aren't
anyone's
sure.
father.
You aren't sure.
I mean, at the time, I didn't feel like I was sure, so I didn't want to have them call. And then he wasn't even around.
So wait a minute,
so
who else could be their dad?
the other guy that I was talking
So you really don't know if he's the dad or not?
I feel like he is.
Oh, Lord. A feeling, a feeling, a feeling. We're not talking about feelings. We're talking about facts. Do you know for certain if Mr. Morris is your twin's biological father?
It's a
Yes or no? Do you know for certain?
No, Your Honor.
There. You all just been circling around this doubt, circling around this dysfunction, circling around all of this confusion. Trying to raise these babies? What's that little game you play when you little? What's that one where the music play and you just be running around? Musical chairs.
Musical chairs.
That's what it feels like. Like you all just running around and then when the music stops, y'all just jump to a conclusion at work. Just jump down on it and sit down on that for a while. Then the music play and you all just get back running around again. One of them might be calling their daddy Uncle Twan. Jerome, give me the envelope. I'm about so sick of this. Don't even make any sense. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. There are 2 sets of results because they are fraternal twins, so we tested each twin individually, of course. This first result is for Paris. In the case of Morris versus Thorpe, when it comes to 4-year-old Paris Morris, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Morris, you are not the father. Well, you were correct there. You are not Paris's biological father. Miss Thorpe, you don't look surprised. The next result is for London. In the case of Morris versus Thorpe, when it comes to 4-year-old London Morris, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Morris, you are not the father. Ms. Thorpe, somewhere inside of you, you knew this was a very real possibility. I can see your reaction. Who is their father?
The other guy I was talking to. When I told him I was pregnant, he stopped talking to me.
So this makes sense. So you went with the guy with the best reaction, you went with the guy that was building nurseries, you went with the guy that was going to doctor's appointments, and you went with the guy that was gonna support you through this. These twins, they need you to step in and make that call again. They deserve to know who their father is definitively. Mr. Connor, you say a one-time fling with the defendant turned into more than 15 years of child support payments and even jail time for a child you have never believed is yours. You need today's results to prove you are not her child's father. Ms. Wallace, you and your husband claim the plaintiff knows he is your son's biological father and want him to pay what he owes when the results prove it today. Mr. Wallace, you say you trust your mother, but acknowledge Mr. Connor's recent actions have given you doubt. Mr. Connor, explain to the court why today's results are so important.
Today's results are so important, Your Honor, because I need to undo a terrible injustice that's been inflicted upon me and my family. It's caused a lot of problems, financially especially. It's times when I can't afford things. I've even been to jail. 2005, November the 5th until January 2006.
For failure to pay child support.
For failure to pay child support, that is correct, Your Honor. And there was no home for me to go to. I lost that. I lost my car, I lost my job. I was 36 years old. I had to start all over. It's making my character look real bad, Your Honor. And I know for a fact that she know he's not my son.
2.5 months in jail.
Yes.
Child support in arrears.
Yes, I still owe $610. They're taking $70 a week. Yes, I'm broke.
Your Honor, he just wants off child support. For one, it was more than just a one-night fling.
You know Jeffrey isn't my child, and I have you on Facebook.
You can quit pointing your fingers because I'm an adult. But,
no,
Your
you're
Honor,
not. No, you're not. What kind
I'm
of adult
42 years
subject
old.
their child
I'm
to
42
something like
years
that all
old,
of
Your
these
Honor.
years?
I raised my 3 kids by myself. You not one time knew what I had to struggle and go through
because I know he's not my son.
myself.
Not
All
my
right, so
problem.
I'm not sitting up here whining
It's
and
not
talking
my
about
problem.
what me and my kids had to go without eating.
Is not my
my
problem.
son Jeffrey had holes in his shoes and growing up going to school.
That's his dad's
Mama
fault.
had to, yeah.
That's his dad's
Yeah,
fault.
okay. Who is his father then?
You know, I don't.
Who is his? You said you know.
It's not me.
You said you know.
Ms. Wallace,
Not me.
tell the court, you say your son had to grow up without.
Yes. Ask Jeffrey. Ask him. He went to school with holes in his shoes.
Why was you telling him for years that another man was his father as well?
Jeffrey, have I ever told you
It's
that
on
another
Facebook.
man was your father? Ask my son, Your Honor.
Let's pause, and I want to go back a little bit and understand. Mr. Connor, you say the relationship with Miss Wallace was a one-night stand.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that? Do you remember this relationship, encounter?
There wasn't a relationship. I met her through a family member. We all used to hang out a little bit here or there in the fall. We came together one time, and up on penetration, she changed her mind, and that was that. I never knew anything about Jeffrey. She had a friend who told me, "Oh, did you sleep with Wanda?" I said, "No, not really, sort of." Then I told her what happened. There was penetration. I told her the story, and then she said, "Well, I just wanted to tell you, she was pregnant already."
So I want to understand your testimony. You're saying that you did start to have a sexual encounter.
Yeah.
But then at some point, Miss Wallace, changed her mind?
She changed her mind.
She said she didn't want to do it.
Yeah, she changed her mind.
And you said, fine, because no is no.
Yeah,
And you never completed the act?
no.
And it never lasted more than one night? You never had sex again?
No.
That's not true either.
What do you remember, Ms. Wallace?
I remember him and I being in a whole year relationship, and we had sex numerous of times, Your Honor. And he did know. Well, I got sick. How I found out that I was pregnant. I got sick. My mom taking me to my doctor's appointment, and that's when I found out I was 2 months pregnant. And I called you and I told you.
You
Back
never
then
told
we
me.
had you a lie.
You never told
Back
me.
then we had pagers. Shut your lying butt up.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let
Back
me-
then we had pagers.
You popped up with him
I
when he was
messaged him,
20
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Connor,
years
Can I
old.
please
Mr.
talk?
Connor, I'm going to give you a chance to respond. I promise I will give you a chance to respond.
He very
Ms. Wallace,
disrespectful.
I want you to speak and I want to hear what you're saying. You
Yes,
say-
ma'am.
Do you remember the day you told him?
I do not remember
Do you remember how you told him?
I never
Yes.
heard about
Hold on,
pregnancy.
Mr. Connor.
Oh, over the phone.
So you called him.
Yes, I called him and we spoke over the phone. We used to have, as he called it, phone sex. So anyways, we will talk over the phone all the time. And yes, when Jeffrey was born, yes, I did take our son over to his father's house. And when the stuff hit the fan is when I popped over his house. It was another female there. And his sister told me that he was upstairs with another woman. And
All right, pause right there. Ms. Wallace is saying you all were intimate for a year, and when
We
she
never
found out she
had
was pregnant,
a
she called you.
relationship at all, Your Honor.
Do you
If it
remember?
was
Do you remember being told she was pregnant?
only by the friend, and I blew that off because a penetration act, she intentionally done this. That's a crime, what she did. She knew.
And why would she intentionally trap you?
At the time, I was doing pretty good. So I had a little BMW. We were young. Couple of them. I was watching them. I say, all of a sudden, here come the child support. I think maybe she thought I had a little money as well. Maybe.
So can I ask
Back
you, you
then.
say you saw Jeffrey when he was 3 or 4 months old. She brought him over. Both of you all at least agree on that. I want to know when's the next time you saw him.
I seen him when he was 5. He came to my mother's funeral, repast.
And you agree to that, Miss Wallace?
Yes, ma'am.
That
Yes, Your
happened.
Honor.
And
Yes.
during the time from 3 to 4 months to 5 years old, did you all ever have conversations about Jeffrey at all?
Yes, me
Yes.
and her
Yes, he
had a
told
couple
me
of
that he wanted to
conversations.
be in his son's life. I told him I did not want to be in a relationship with him. You know.
You're a professional liar. Man,
And you know what? I'm not going to even, disrespect you because I'm a woman.
that's not disrespect.
So,
You committed a crime.
Like I said, Your Honor, this man, he wanted to be with me, and I did not want to be with him.
All right, but did you discuss Jeffrey and
Yes.
whether or not you were going to
Our
raise him,
discussion was-
child support?
He wanted me to be with him in order to be in Jeffrey's life. I should not have to be in a relationship with a man in order for him to even help with his child. The courts told him and gave him a date.
I wasn't there.
He never
I didn't
showed-
get served.
Oh, God. Yes, he did, Your
No.
Honor.
And I understand how that happens. Trust me, that's
It's
called
called a
being
default.
It's right. It's called a default
Yeah.
judgment. And if the father doesn't show up to court,
Yes.
he will be named the father by default and required to pay court-ordered child support. Regardless, you're here now. You've suffered all the consequences of that. And I honestly say to myself, Mr. Connor, he must really believe and he's not this young man's biological father. Because the truth is, they've put you on record as the legal father.
Yeah.
That's why you're responsible for support.
Yeah.
And I can't really understand that, except for the fact that you truly believe you are not his biological father.
Yes. I know.
Jeffrey, I want to ask you, I know this testimony has been difficult. I thank you for being patient. Can you tell me, when was the first time you met Mr. Connor?
The first time that I met Jewett here, that I recall meeting, I was like, 10 years old at that point. I remember my mom, some other family members were riding around East St. Louis, and we decided to stop through this drive-through liquor store. And one of my family members was like, "Hey, that's your dad."
So when you see this man and they just casually say, "This is your dad," does
Yes,
he
ma'am.
say hello to you?
Yeah, he said, "Hey," but it wasn't like a conversation further than that because I just hurry up and got back in the back seat because I'm like, I don't have a dad. So like, how can any member of my family just say, "Hey, that's your dad"? Because prior to then, no one really spoke to me that I recall. like spoke to me like, hey, this is your dad and everything. So prior to that particular point, I never really thought like, hey, who's my dad? There wasn't a thought for me. But after the liquor store incident, that's when I started wondering and everything.
All right.
And we ended up, so after I started asking my mom a lot of questions, I guess she was like, hey, it's time for you to actually like hang out with that side of your family. So that summer, after church, we go over there. But when I was there, I spent more time with his sister and my cousins and everything. And
Mr. Connor, do you remember this time when Jeffrey came to visit your family?
Yeah, I do kind of, sort of. I came over there and he was already there and my wife asked me who he was.
I'd like to hear from your wife. Ma'am, please stand and step over to the podium. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'd like to know what you know about this situation.
When Jeffrey was 10, we came home one day to the house, and he was sitting on the couch, and I just asked Jewett, who is that? And he said, that's Jeffrey, and I already knew the situation. He had already told me.
What had he told you?
That basically they wanted to put a baby on him. He attempted to have sex with her, and...
At this point, when Jeffrey was 10, was your husband paying child support for Jeffrey?
Yes, he was paying child support for Jeffrey already. And we didn't see Jeffrey again until he was, I want to say maybe like 15 or so. He stopped by the house one day.
And you didn't make any effort to stay in contact with him?
I did. I reached out to him on social media because he wrote a big paragraph on Facebook saying, where's my dad and why was I never part of your family and, that kind of stuff. So I called, I asked Jeffrey for his number, and I had Jewett to call him, and Jewett told him, I'm not your dad. That's why you didn't spend time with the family.
Do you remember writing that?
I do. I do. There was this particular scene from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will is like having a conversation with his dad, and his dad is like trying to leave and basically not be a part of his life anymore. And that kind of just like really hit home for me. I decided to express myself on Facebook, and then as Ms. Trina said, she did reach out to me, and they kind of both told me at that point that it's a possibility I may not be his child, and that was the first time I ever heard that. So it was kind of like just earth-shattering at that point for me. And then when I hear them say, hey, I may not be his child, it got me thinking like, darn, my presence on this earth just made a negative impact on someone else's life.
Oh,
No.
And,
No.
honey.
Because your mother loved you with all her heart. You know that. You my
Yes,
twin.
ma'am.
And I showed love for ever since the day that I had you. You are my world. And I played the mother and father role because I knew what he was denying you. So I made it the best. I did the best that I could do.
All right,
In
Ms.
a
Wallace.
one household parent.
And I need you to allow Jeffrey to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Because really
Yes,
it
Your
is
Honor.
about him.
Yes,
And he
yes.
does deserve the opportunity to say what he feels.
Yes.
He shouldn't have to post it on Facebook. He should be able to say it face to face to Mr. Connor and to you, to everyone. It's his truth.
Yes, Your Honor. I love my son with all my heart.
That's your son.
I love him with all my heart.
You victimized.
Oh, no,
both
no,
of
no.
us.
Hold on, Mr. Connor.
See?
This is a moment that I need you to understand. I brought up your son, and then you brought up Mr. Connor. I brought up your son, you brought up Mr. Connor. I brought up your son, you brought up I. I brought up your son, I. It goes back to you. I love him. We
Your
know
Honor.
that, but what I'm saying is in this moment,
Yes.
this is just about him.
Yes, ma'am.
Because as much as you love him, that doesn't change the fact that when he watched that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode,
Yeah. He told
he did not write about why he didn't have a mama, because he had one.
Yes, ma'am.
He wrote about why he didn't have a father.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
I think we need to get the results.
Yes, ma'am.
Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Connor versus Wallace, when it comes to 24-year-old Jeffrey Wallace, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Connor, you are not the father.
I already knew it. She committed a crime. She set me up. I knew this all the time.
It's a
I'm done.
I understand you are frustrated, and I understand you have been through a lot.
Already knew.
I want to turn
All the
my
time,
attention
I
to
knew.
Jeffrey. So, Jeffrey, are you all right, honey?
Not really. Yeah, not really. More so because of my mom, she was very, very, very adamant that Jewett was the dad, so that made me more adamant as well.
I know.
And I just want to apologize first. Like, I know it's nothing that I've done.
You don't have to. You're a
But
great person.
thank
You're a
you.
very great person.
And it's just like,
I would have loved you to have been my son, but I just
Yeah.
knew.
Ms. Eubanks, you say you are here to save your relationship with the defendant by proving that he is your 3-month-old son, Mozzie's father. You say once today's DNA results prove paternity, you want to get married. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilkes, you claim that when Mozzie was born, you hoped for a sign that he was your son. But no matter how hard you looked, it just wasn't there. You say negative paternity results will end your relationship. Is that correct?
The end of everything, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, so Ms. Eubanks, you say you want to save your relationship. Explain.
I want to save my relationship because we've been together too long. I'm 1,002% sure that he's my child's father. I just want these results for him so we can move forward and get married like we planned.
And how has this doubt affected you?
It affected me tremendously, like emotionally.
I heard you well up with tears. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
It's just emotional. Like, we've been together too long, so you shouldn't have no doubts or no feelings that anything else is going on.
And it's not just that he's doubting you, he's doubting your baby.
Yes.
And how does that feel as a mother? No mother wants to feel that.
It hurts a little bit, but he still does everything like a father is supposed to.
And yet you have tears in your eyes because
I love him and I want to be with him. And it's just, I don't know, it just hurts sometimes.
Mr. Wilkes, tell the court why you're here today.
Well, Your Honor, I'm here. I just need results. I'm tired of guessing, wondering, and things of that sort. And like she said, we have been together for so long, so I shouldn't have doubts, but I have my reasoning. It's just the connection. It wasn't there when he first came. You know, like my kids all give me certain signs, you know what I mean? I just didn't feel any type of connection. You know, I even held him up. I did him like the little Simba.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And I can see that you don't take this lightly. You are troubled about this.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I stay up late. Sometimes, like, I'm stressing, really. Like, even growing gray hairs. I'm only 30 years old.
You stay up late staring at the baby,
Just
stressing?
Yeah. Like, me and him would be sitting downstairs. I'll take him, and we'd just be downstairs all the way about 6, 7 in the morning. And, you know, I'm tired of just keep going on with guessing. I need real results.
All right. So, Ms. Eubanks, tell the court how this relationship started and then when it took a turn for the worse.
Okay, the relationship started, we met each other at the strip club. We was there for a family member's birthday party. And
Oh, okay.
it was just love at first sight. Like, we was together ever since. It took a turn for the worst after our first child was born. We had took a little, I guess what he calls it, a so-called breakup.
Mr. Wilkes, do you believe during that time she was dating other people?
She was definitely talking to other people at the time.
I was talking.
When
but
you
never
say
had
talking,
any
what does that
relation-
mean? Does that mean?
That could be sex also.
No.
But we're just not together.
Well, that's not talking then.
No, Your Honor, no. I never had no relations with nobody else but David. I talked to other people when we had that little split, but I never had relations with nobody else.
Well, I seen her ex at her family member house where she had moved to after the breakup, he was going in the house.
No.
So I catch him. I catch him going in the house. So me being the person that I am, I parked and I watched to let him go to a little closer. Yeah. So he walked a little closer to the door. So that's when I got out, because where else was you gonna go? You know what I'm saying? So as I walked to the door, he turns around and walked the other way. So when I goes in the house, she's laying in the bed. So what are you supposed to expect?
No.
Oh, you mean she's laying in the bed like expecting him to come?
When she seen it was me, she was laying in the bed. She was like this. I'm asleep.
No.
She really was. She was acting like she was asleep. My son was still up, so I knew she wasn't asleep.
No, that is a lie, Your Honor. That is a lie. I had went over to a family member's house. I texted him and I said, I'm ready to go. Can you come get us? My ex he's still cool with my family member. Whatever they got going on does not have nothing to do with me. You saw me in the house, in the bed with our son. I'm telling you, I'm ready to go.
She texted me out the blue, asked me, where are you?
I'm ready to go.
You were at a location for hours, and you just text me like, where are you?
Oh, you think she was trying to get tabs, like how far away is he?
I know, I've been with her so long.
I don't need to do that with him. I'm straightforward with him.
Your Honor, I've been with her so long, like she said, I kind of know her. You know what I'm saying? So like for her to just...
So you should know that I wouldn't lie to you about nothing like that.
My intuition just told me to go.
Go to the house.
Go straight to the house.
And somehow your intuition led you straight to see this ex coming up towards the door.
To the door.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
She looks innocent, Your Honor.
I am innocent.
Your Honor, it doesn't matter what she's portraying or what she's trying to say.
It's not portraying, it's the truth. I only deal with you.
I'm here for the results.
I don't have eyes for you.
I want results. You know, that's it. She said
And this really bothers you, Miss Eubanks. I see you're about to cry. Why?
Because I love him. Like, I try to show him every day that I'm about you and it's just you.
And you know, even the words you use in your testimony, how you're just trying to prove, that's exhausting.
Yes.
And that's not how healthy relationships function.
Right, no, it's not.
So when you're in the phase where you proven and your relationship is some mini Supreme Court case where you got to have evidence and proof.
Right.
Hold on.
Oh, you got more to add?
More. I still had this intuition. So I went through the phone one night and seen a video.
Uh-oh.
You the only eyes for me. But I mean, I have video of something that's showing me something totally different.
What? Did you bring that video to court?
I have the video.
Let's take a look at the video. What do we see here, Mr. Wilkes?
We see that's her when she said she had eyes for me. This is during our little separation. That's her dancing. She's bent over, she just slapped the camera. That's a guy behind her, you can't really see it. You kind of see it? You see that grinding?
Oh, I
see it.
Yeah.
No, but Your Honor, before that video even happened, he sent me a picture.
Oh, is that a hand?
No, that was not me. He didn't touch me. No.
Yeah, but it's all into, it's all in. If you got eyes for this, that don't even play a role.
Okay, but he so-called loved me, but before that even took place, he sent me a picture of him and another girl talking about this is white.
This isn't couples court. We're here for a paternity test.
Right, but you love me also.
Yeah, but you're not.
You love me also, but you can't say you love me also.
We're here for
and
results.
having relations with somebody
We're
else.
here for results.
You are in this video.
Yes.
Yeah, that's her with the
And
I got
that is you bent over twerking.
Oh, you can't see the guy behind her? It's the guy behind her.
I see the guy behind her.
Yeah.
And I also see the hand of another guy coming over to slap.
That was the girl in front of me.
Somebody behind.
They had like a little four-way thing. She had a girl dancing on her and a guy. They was just doing, they had like a whole little party.
So, Mr. Wilkes, you brought a witness to court that saw this whole thing.
Yes.
Please stand, sir. step over to the podium. State your name for the court.
Dante Gillahan.
Mr. Gillahan, you were there that night at this club?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you remember seeing?
No, he was not.
I remember seeing her, the guy, another girl, and another fella.
No.
And they was in there dancing. So I'm in the club, I'm standing back, I'm looking. All you see is him all on her. They grinding.
He is lying.
They grinding.
He is lying. He is
They
lying.
grinding like they,
No.
like they had,
He-
like
Wait,
they
wait,
did
wait,
this
what?
before.
Wait. Okay.
He
Do it one more time.
No, he's lying. He is lying. Don't
look,
even
the
listen to
dudes all
him
on her
because
like
he's
this.
lying.
You heard?
He
Like,
is lying.
I'm like,
No.
Jerome,
No, I wouldn't
can
even
you do
believe
that
nothing.
move?
No, I can't.
No, Your Honor.
Jerome,
No.
go and hit it one time, Jerome. One more time, Jerome. Jason, I'm gonna kill you.
yeah, it's just like that. Yeah.
Oh boy, I needed that laugh. Woo! So that's what you saw.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
And you are
no.
sure it was Ms. Eubanks?
Yes, ma'am. Right after I
He's
saw
lying.
that, I had got in contact with him. I told him, like, bruh, I see Jemiah, I know y'all separated, whatever y'all got going on. And he was like, somebody else had sent them the video.
Oh, you had an informant. So now, did you confront Ms. Eubanks about it, or did you just keep it to yourself?
No, I confronted her.
And what was her response
No,
to
look,
this
this
video?
how I confronted her. I had actually just sent it back to her from my phone.
Oh.
That type of person. I'm gonna just put the proof.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. The witness may be seated. Thank you. Woo! All right, so some point, Ms. Eubanks, you find out you're pregnant.
And that was way after this.
Way after that period of time.
Yes.
So when you find out you're pregnant, take me to that day.
I had met up with Mr. Wilkes, and he had looked at me. He gave me this like weird little look, and then he just started touching on my stomach, and he was like, "Is this the little girl that we've been hoping for?" And I was like, "I hope so." So, after that, it was like we was together again, like every day. We was still being a happy family. We was picking out names, planning everything together.
I don't know what she's telling you. Once I got back with her, that's when conceived.
No.
I seen this after.
We was still dealing with each other, even after this.
Even dealing or not, that's
We was
why we
still-
need results, because I don't know who you dealing with. You doing a lot
I
of
was just dealing with you. I was having just relations with you.
You
I
was
didn't
having
have.
relations with me, but on this video camera, it looks like a lot of relations.
How did that look like relations?
How? Can you please? How many
I didn't have
relations?
relations with nobody else but you.
All right. Well, you brought your mother here today.
Yes.
And I'd like to hear from her. Jerome, will you please escort Ms. Moreland into the courtroom?
Yes. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I'll bring it right up to the witness stand next to the judge. Watch your step going up this.
Hello.
Hello, Ms. Moreland. Thank you so much for joining us today. You realize we are here talking about the paternity as it relates to baby Mozzie. And he has doubts.
He does. He'll wake up in the middle of the night. He'll call you in the middle of the night and ask me questions. Who do he look like in the family? I don't see that he resembles anyone. And I'm like, David, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? And anyone in the family, all of my other grandchildren have very strong resemblance of someone in the family.
And so how would you feel if he's not your son's biological child?
I would be a little disappointed. But it wouldn't change anything.
I've heard sufficient testimony, and I think it's time we all get the results. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Eubanks versus Wilkes, when it comes to 3-month-old Mozzie, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Wilkes, you are the father. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's your beautiful baby boy.
Can I give her a hug?
Absolutely, if she's okay. Let me say this before we go. There are certain things in our lives as parents you have to give up.
Exactly.
Right? If you want to have the kind of relationship you dream about.
Right.
Right? Because these videos right here, they're gonna get you in trouble every time. Both of you all just set boundaries and set a foundation that leads you to the type of life you want for your children and for yourselves. And that way, nobody's out of pocket on video.
Right.
All right?
Right.
So, this has been an amazing case. Jerome, I didn't know you had to move. I really didn't know. I mean, Jerome
My
worked
stripper days.